Imagine this. You're in an Icelandic tavern with the wind howling outside like a wounded wolf, and a bard whispers you a saga of lost brothers, forgotten magics, and swords that sing when they clash against fate. Suddenly, bam! You wake up in a world of floating ruins and enemies that look like they crawled out of a bad Viking nightmare. Welcome to Echoes of the End Enhanced Edition, the little game that started as a whisper in the vast ocean of 2025 launches and now screams, "Try me," with a polished edition that fixes what the original left limping. Me, a die-hard devourer of linear adventures who grew up with Kratos on my back, couldn't resist. And you? Dare you dive into this mix of epic and stumbles that leaves you wanting more, or hurling the controller? Keep reading, because this review is like the game. It starts with a sharp hook and ends leaving your heart pounding. Let's get to the meat, but not without a bit of personal spark. I played it on PS5, curled up on my couch on a stormy night, ironic, right? And from the first minute, Echoes hooked me with its promise of being that God of War light my gamer soul so badly needed. Developed by Merkur Games, an Icelandic debut studio with more heart than budget, this third-person action-adventure clocks in at about 12 hours that feel like a short but intense marathon. You play as Rin, a girl with ancestral powers called Vestige, basically magical telekinesis that makes you feel like a Jedi on steroids, on a quest for her brother in the vast, or at least pretend vast, world of Ama. Accompanied by Abram, a scholar with more secrets than a pirate's chest, you travel through landscapes inspired by Norse mythology, icy fjords, ethereal ruins, and ruined cities that whisper legends. Sound cliché? Sure. But wait, what if I told you that same formula wraps you up like a warm blanket in winter, only to give you an icy pinch when you least expect it? The story is the soul of Echoes, and here's where the game shines like a midnight sun. Without spoiling, because I'd hate to be that guy, the plot immerses you in a tapestry of political intrigues, capricious gods, and lore that builds layer by layer, like icing on an Icelandic cake. Rhine isn't your typical invincible heroine. She's vulnerable, with a past that hurts, and powers that scare her as much as they empower her. Abram, her companion, adds that buddy movie touch that made me laugh and sigh in equal measure. Imagine a grumpy Gandalf, but with less beard and more personal drama. The cutscenes, though sometimes short and direct, weave a mature tale about loss, identity, and the weight of heritage. It happened to me that in a key chapter around hour 6, I paused the controller in hand, thinking, damn, this really hurts. It's conversational in its delivery, with dialogues that flow like bar chat, full of dry wit and loaded moments of silence. But oh, here's the first treacherous hook. The narrative promises an epic universe, forgotten pantheons, fallen civilizations, magics that could rival the Witchers, but often sticks to telling instead of showing. There are legions of NPCs mentioning grand prophecies, but few materialize into jaw-dropping twists. It's like the screenwriter had a treasure map, but only gave you the X's and O's without the path in between. Positive, it keeps you curious, hooked on what happens next. Negative, by the end, you feel like 20% of the potential evaporated into thin air, leaving an aftertaste of it could have been legendary. If you're looking for an epic that makes you cry like The Last of Us, this gives you tears, but not a flood. Now onto the juice, the gameplay. Ready for combat that makes you feel invincible until an enemy slaps you unexpectedly? The core is a hack and slash with magic touches that reeks of God of War from every angle. Yes, Kratos would approve, but with a skeptical wink. Rhine wields a unique sword, the only weapon, mind you, that you upgrade with new combos, precise parries, and brutal finishers. Mix physical strikes with telekinetic spells, hurl enemies against walls, lift rocks to crush them, or create energy shields that bounce back projectiles. In my playthrough, I went for high difficulty, and damn if it doesn't reward patience. The parry timing is so satisfying that I caught myself grinning like an idiot after every perfect chain. There's variety in enemies, heavy warriors that demand dodges, archers that force you to use magical cover, and bosses that are battles choreographed to the millimeter with phases that shift the rhythm like a DJ at a Viking rave. Mana and health management add strategy. It's not just button mashing, but reading the battlefield like a pissed-off chess player.
But not everything's a party with axes. Exploration is linear to the bone. No open worlds here, thank God, with always visible objectives and optional detours for chests with skins, upgradable relics, or extra lore. I loved how it alternates sections, a fierce combat, followed by a puzzle that slows you down, then a platforming bit that ramps up your pulse. Speaking of puzzles, they're the weak link, but with charm. Move blocks with telekinesis, activate portals, jump across crumbling platforms. Think Uncharted meets Tomb Raider, but with less polish. They're functional, integrated into the flow, and a subtle hint system gets you unstuck without making you feel dumb. The problem? They lack originality. After the halfway point, they repeat like a pop chorus, and in the last hours, level design flattens out, stretching filler to hit the 12-hour mark. Exploration? Minimal. No real side quests, just collectibles that scream, "I'm optional." Positive? The pacing is addictive, never bores you with downtime. Negative? If you're expecting innovation like in Zelda, this is more a safe remix than a revolution. I saw it as an espresso shot. It wakes you up, but doesn't change your life. Visually and aurally, Echoes is a feast for the senses, especially in the Enhanced Edition, which fixed the original launch's stumbles. It runs on Unreal Engine 5, and on PS5 Performance Mode, it's a smooth delight at stable 60 FPS, with landscapes that steal your breath. Snow-capped cliffs where sunlight filters like light knives, floating ruins with reflections and puddles that look like portals to another world, and an art direction inspired by Iceland that screams authentic. Character models are detailed. Ryan's facial expressions convey both rage and fragility, and animations, though rigid in transitions, flow with a rawness that adds charm. I got lost staring at a sunset sequence over a fjord thinking, for $30, this is a steal. The sound? Solid, but not without cracks. Combat effects have weight, the clang of the sword is therapeutic, the orchestral music amps up the epic without drowning, and the English voice acting, with Spanish subs, is convincing, capturing that Icelandic soul. But in cutscenes, the SFX feel flat, like the budget ran out in post-production. And don't get me started on the residual bugs. A Bram getting stuck in geometry, dialogues repeating like a drunk parrot, or animations jerking like a nervous deer. The Enhanced added outfit crafting, relic slots for bonuses, and rebalances that tighten the screws, making it feel more polished. Still, on mid-tier PC hardware, some report stuttering. On console, it's more stable, but not flawless. Pros and cons? Let's break them down with my personal filter, because in the end, this is subjective as hell, like choosing between pizza or tacos. What blew me away, the combat is a pure rush, visuals that punch above their AA weight, AA, not AAA, and a story that, despite its flaws, leaves you with a lasting emotional echo. It's accessible for newbies, easy to grasp, short to not burn out, and at bargain price, worth every euro. It reminded me why I love linear adventures. Pure, no open world fluff. What gave me gray hairs? The narrative sticks to promises, repetitive puzzles that kill momentum, and technical jank that breaks immersion. Nothing game-breaking, but annoying like a fly in your soup. Lacks polish and animations and world depth, feels like a rough diamond, not carved. In conclusion, Echoes of the End Enhanced Edition is that surprise you snag off the bargain shelf, and it changes your night. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, nor pretends to, but it spins with grace, blending the best of its inspirations into an honest, fun package. If you're a God of War or Hellblade fan looking for something fresh without eternal commitments, dive in. It'll give you 12 hours of laughs, frustrations, and just one more moment. I came out with a bittersweet smile, pondering the wasted potential, but celebrating what's achieved. My verdict? 8 out of 10. Solid, memorable, and room to dream of a sequel where Mirkr soars higher. And you? Has it piqued your curiosity? Turn off the lights, fire up the console, and let the echoes guide you. You won't regret it. Or at least I hope not. Thanks for watching.